There are a lot of reasons to slow down or even get speed bumps in your way on any process in our system. We have a big bureaucracy, right, in education. One of the big roadblocks that many have stated over the years, I've been a gadfly in military CPL for probably 4 or 5 years, and the biggest roadblock was what happens at the next level. We have so many students that want to transfer. It's about 90+% of the academic plans that you're creating for your student veterans are transfer track. Regardless if they're CTE or not, they're still transfer track. So a lot of folks have said they're fearful of giving credit and not receiving that credit on the back end at their universities. So I'm excited right now to introduce a big player in the Cal State system, Dr. Melissa Lavitt, who's the Assistant Vice Chancellor of Academic Programs, to speak to this new policy and the new position that the Cal State system has on credit for prior learning. Dr. Lavitt.
Yes, thank you so much. I am somehow my screen share is misbehaving, but I will locate it shortly. But why does this only happen when there are lots of people watching? That's always so annoying. All right, well, I don't want to slow us down, so I will just give a quick overview of what is in the policy and fiddle with my computer later in the interest of time. So that was a wonderful introduction. I'm very much looking forward to the sessions today. Let me start with the most pressing question and the one that you teed up beautifully. Thank you very much for that. And the big answer is yes. The CSU will happily accept transcribed credit for prior learning as it exists, as it is documented on a student's transcript. That is the biggest question, or the most frequently asked question that I receive. And we can say with great certainty that longstanding transfer policy affirms that credit for prior learning, as transcribed on the student's transcript, will be accepted without unpacking why it's there, how it got there, or should it be there. So please rest assured that your methods and your prior learning assessments are effective. They will be honored, and the student's academic career will not be stalled because of unnecessary bureaucracy. So probably I can stop right there, but as I will get my PowerPoints teed up more effectively, but I wanted to let you know briefly that our current policy reflects a revision of long-standing policy. So this is a note that to others who are regular users of the policy, that what you will see in the new policy is just a refresh of terminology, assurance of the transferability of transcribed credit for prior learning, and a separate section for military credits. We recognize that military affiliated students are the most frequent users of this policy, and therefore we wanted to make sure that counselors, advisors, whomever would have easy access to the process by which credit prior learning shall be evaluated and transcribed. What you'll also see in the new policy not only are assurances that community college credit will be transcribed appropriately, in addition, you'll see clearly articulated guidance that this is appropriate for both undergraduate and graduate students, for state support and self-support programs. So we try to anticipate any potential barriers and remove them, hopefully explicitly, in the policy. The policy also falls short of intentionally deciding how CSU campuses shall implement the policy. Again, there is long-standing executive orders that tells campuses you shall accept this. Again, the refreshing puts a little more muscle in there, particularly in light of recent legislation for military affiliated students. We recognize the strong research that suggests this is a wonderful equity gap reducer, and we wanted to offer the same CPL opportunities to all of our students. So applicable across all programs. Silent on campus specific implementation. Campuses are left to their own procedures and policies, as well as an option for students to appeal CPL awards. What I've heard that there's a danger in too much CPL, that it might impact benefits, financial aid. So there is an option, and it shall be done according to campus procedure for students say, you know, I don't really want more elective credit. That's not going to help me in any way. And in fact, it might cost me. So feel free to be forthcoming in offering CPL to your students, but measure alongside that the pros and cons of the type of credit that they're likely to accrue as a result of this process. So I will pause right there and look forward to my 301 section. And thanks again for organizing such a great event.
Thank you, Dr. Lavitt. I just so everyone, if you're not looking in the chat box, I did add the link to the new CSU policy in there, so you have access to what Dr. Lavitt was describing. Know that they will have a session, as she described, with Dr. Marshall Thomas as well, in 301 session 1, so you can get more information there. This is huge. I don't know if anybody of you opened up the champagne bottles at that point, but this is a massive, massive undertaking that took years to come to fruition. So big congratulations to the Cal State system, and an even bigger congratulations to our student veterans who love to matriculate into our local Cal State universities.